Yo, what up guys, it's your boy Williams Fitness back with another video. Now obviously a lot of you already know the Arnold Classic Expo has been cancelled. It did break last night. I was aware of this last night, but it was very late when I found out. And I just wrapped, a 2 hour long podcast. So I just basically threw some on Instagram, threw some on my YouTube community wall. And I do post on the community wall quite frequently, updates and, information. So obviously bear that in mind and check that out in future. My thoughts on it. Now, obviously, it's been cancelled due to the coronavirus. Basically, a bit of a health scare. And I'm not trying to take anything away from the virus. I tell you what, let's have some real talk. I tell you what I actually think of this. I think it's bullshit. I genuinely think it's bullshit. Yes, the coronavirus is a concern worldwide. And I'll tell you why I think this is bullshit. One, it's too fucking late. It's far too late to be cancelling this show. The coronavirus was spreading as of 3-4 weeks ago. The first case was. So far, there's been there hasn't been a million deaths from coronavirus. There's probably been more deaths from cold and flu in the past 24 hours worldwide than there has this coronavirus. And cold and flu spreads just as fucking simple as corona. Secondly, athletes are still competing. So all the shows are still going ahead, from men's open, classic, bikini, and strongman, and anything in between. So those athletes are travelling. Those athletes aren't travelling alone. A lot of these people are already in Ohio. So my problem I've got with them trying to quarantine the Expo, saying, there's 250,000 people coming. I'd say at least 100,000 of them are to do with the actual show itself. You've got the people that are obviously, working the stage. You've got people that work in the crowd. You've got the security. You've got the staff that work the floor. You've got the management. Then you've got every athlete, and there's thousands and thousands of athletes. Let's say every athlete comes with a minimum of one other person. Double that figure. 9 times out of 10, they'll come with a partner, a loved one. Sometimes they travel with kids. Sometimes they travel with their friends. Other friends will then come and buy tickets to go and see them. Most of these people are already in Hawaii and in Ohio. They're in the restaurants, like Terrence said in his incident. They're already in Ohio doing these things. So you haven't quarantined absolutely fuck all. Yes, FIBO was cancelled in Europe, but that's months away. At least everybody's been made aware. Most of these people probably travel out to Ohio, a week before, especially athletes, because obviously, I don't know if most of you are aware, but traveling, especially great distances, can completely fuck up a bodybuilder's physique if they don't time their shit right. So my personal opinion, I think it's too little, too late. There's still going to be thousands of people in there, and not only that, there's going to be people that have been in Ohio all week building stands. And what I mean by that is these expos, it's not just booth. Some of them put on these fantastic fucking displays, and you've got teams and teams, and thousands of people, and whether it's fucking joiners and builders creating and putting all these structures together at the expo. The Arnold, Ohio is the second biggest expo in America, second to the Olympia. I don't know like ground floor size wise, but on a scale of on a hierarchy, that's the one most people want to go. So I think it's absolute bullshit. I think it's too little, too late. I think most people are already there. It's like Wednesday now. I can't imagine a great deal of people travelling out on just the Friday, bearing in mind there are shows on Friday, so most people have probably booked the week off work. And then this is the other thing, this is the other issue I've got. We've postponed it. To when? To when it suits you? To when the venue's available again? What if it's not available to everybody else? What about the knock-on costs to all the expo promoters that have had to put into this? And again, I'm not taking away from the virus, but I think everybody's jumped on this bandwagon far too hard and they're riding this corona dick far too hard. You've already created a problem. You've not quarantined everything by cancelling that show, the expo, because most people are already there. Most people are probably already stateside. Yeah, in fact, I'd say I can't even think of any other athlete that isn't from the States that hasn't already arrived. I mean, Rami was there, Saturday, Sunday? You know, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. That's my thoughts on it anyway. And again, I know that coronavirus is a serious thing, but so is fucking AIDS. It's not stopping people putting on a condom. So that's my thoughts on it. I think it's too little, too late. The cost and knock-on effect is going to be absolutely ridiculous. And again, I know people might jump in the comments, yeah, but it's health and safety, and Arnold said about everybody's health. Yeah, you cancel it 2 days before the show. 2 days before. You were well aware of this, last week, the week before. It is what it is. It is what it is. I feel sorry for the people that have bought tickets just for the expo, hoping they'll meet some of the athletes that obviously are sponsored and will be at booths for a certain amount of time. And that's why most people go expos. Obviously, you get the fuck boys that turn up in the medium t-shirts, trying to get a free sachet or whatever. But for me, an expo, whether the show's attached to it or not, for me, an expo is to meet the idols, meet the people that have inspired you. Even if you can have a minute, 2 minute conversation with them, a photo. That's what an expo is to me. It's an experience. And for me, I'm a huge fan of bodybuilding. It holds more meaning to me when I go to an expo. It's not. I couldn't give a shit about anybody's supplements. That's not why I'm there. I'm there to meet people. Even if it's people that support me or me giving support to the people that have helped me raise my bar. So that's my thoughts on it. I think it's too little too late. What do you guys think? Do you think they should have cancelled it? Let's be honest, they're not like quarantining flights, are they? They're not like stopping people flying in and out of the United States. So I don't think the concern's that fucking major, Obviously they might be stopping flights coming in from, say, China, but that's, again, too little too late. We had one case of it in London. There's been a couple of cases in Tenerife. These are a handful of cases. And I know everyone's like, 1,000 people have died. There's probably like 20,000 people died in fucking Syria yesterday, but no one's breaking news about that. In these third world countries, people are dying like literally by the hundreds of thousands per day. And no one's giving a shit about any of that. Coronavirus, fuck my life. Jeez, it's just because it's a white person problem. That's what it is. It's because it's spread to the Western side. That's what that's all about. I'm getting a bit political now, but you want real talk, I'll give you real talk. That's what I think of it. That's my take on it. It is a serious thing, but, it's a white people problem. On that note, guys, have a me, you and you. Peace.